Hello, Christine Pedersen here today, sharing some do's and don'ts for Halloween. It has taken me a lot of years of noticing, as a mindful parent, what is working and what's not working for holidays in general. And Halloween is one of our most busy and sort of amped up holidays. I've started looking around this last week and noticed that starting on Wednesday, just like 5, 6 days ahead of Halloween, are activities like trunk or treat, or trick or treating at the dorms, trick or treating at the mall, trick or treating in a parking lot, trick or treating and wearing costumes, getting makeup on and dressed up. These are really high energy. I don't want to say high pressure, but there is like in the time space continuum of getting home from school, getting dressed up, and getting out the door to go to these events, we forget things like eating as a family or just taking time to check in with ourselves. So I had to make some pretty conscious decisions last year and this year about what we were going to say yes to and what we were going to say no to going into Halloween. And looking back at last year's great Halloween success, I have some do's and don'ts based on the many years before that where we were all really stressed. We all felt a lot of disappointment. Bedtimes were late. Kids were exhausted for basically a whole week. How can we avoid that? Don't overbook yourself. Don't say yes to all the things. Pay attention to the activities, the people, and the moments with your child surrounding this holiday of Halloween that you really enjoy. What aspects of Halloween, what activities that you do, what groups of people that you hang out with really help you feel easy? They feel simple. Your kids are well behaved at those activities, and everyone leaves feeling good. Everyone leaves feeling like they got their needs met and you were able to pause and check in along the way. For me, those activities that feel good are things like pumpkin carving, taking a day to go to the pumpkin patch or a fall festival on the weekend. I love actual Halloween, but we only do one trick-or-treat session. One. We do not trunker, parker, dormer treat because it's just too much. It's too much candy, and it's also too much like getting everybody ready in their costume and getting out the door, and then oops, we actually forgot to eat, so have some bat-shaped pretzels. It doesn't work for me. I end up feeling stressed out and I'm not present in the moment, and I'm thinking about the late bedtime, or I'm thinking about the tantrums we're gonna have the next day. So I just don't. I enjoy the other things. Last night, Grandma came over after school and we decorated little gravestone-shaped sugar cookies, and everybody got to sleep on time. It was amazing. So those are the simple things that I choose to do. Another big do for Halloween for me is to be present, to be mindful, to take time. So when I take other things out of our week or our day, it allows me to really take a deep breath and check in. So I have been really good about making sure that I'm staying in my senses. I'm like drinking something warm and soothing. Everybody has had a nourishing meal where I'm providing healthy foods that kids love to eat, so that when they ask for the 500th piece of candy, I don't freak out because I know that my kids are getting their basic needs for nutrition met during the day, during our meals. So we can make cookies, right? We can bake pumpkin muffins. We can do all of these things that kids are going to want to do for the holidays because it's fun, because it's special, because there's a pumpkin-shaped Reese's Pieces, right? Even we love it. So here's the thing. When you let go of control, you allow your kids to stay up late on Halloween, you let them eat more candy than usual. It may feel hard to you, but there's something that you can do that will help you process and deal with this, and that is to keep your routines. So your schedule may be off for Halloween. And honestly, I don't recommend having your schedule be off for the entire week. Again, one of the reasons I say no to all of the extra things is so that we're not getting to bed late for the whole week. But I do let bedtime slide on actual Halloween. And I make sure to do our bedtime routine. So in years past, it's blown up in my face to come home and be like, we're going to get our costumes off, we're going to clean our face paint, and then you're getting in bed lights out. No books, no songs, no part of the bedtime routine that actually helps tell the body it's time for bed. And I'm sorry, but you can't go from witchy witch to unconscious. You need a pathway to sleep. So making sure that kiddos are able to do the routine fully and their brain is being cued. Now, might you pick a short Halloween book to read to them after that? Yes. And you might say, we're not all going to get a chance to read. So at 6 and 8, my kids read to me at bedtime. They have some reading practice at bedtime. But on nights like Halloween, they know that that's out the window and I'm going to read a short book and then they're going to get into bed. And we're going to do a verbal gratitude practice. We won't do our gratitude journal on that night. This happens when we decide to go to a movie or when we have dinner out with grandparents as well. So we have some practice with a quick routine, but in years past, I've tried to eliminate the routine entirely just to get them in bed, and that doesn't work. Their brain and their body needs you to do the full bedtime routine to cue them along the way. So don't do all the things. Do listen to your body. Take care of yourself so that you can be present and mindful and make sweet memories with your kids. That is what these holidays are all about. That's why we want to do all the things, so that we can make these memories and have these pictures and cherish this moment. But if you're running around like a Tasmanian Halloween devil, you're not going to really cherish anything in the end. You're just going to feel disappointed, overwhelmed, and exhausted. So choose the small things that you can really be mindful with and enjoy. Enjoy them yourself. Do allow yourself to let go of control around things like what time your kids are going to go to bed and how much candy they're going to eat. Stick to your routines. Make sure you do the full routine so that their brain and their body can calm into sleep after these really eventful days we're having. I hope you have a lovely holiday